Hello and welcome. My name is Adrena. I am the owner and accountant here at Accounting by Adrena. And in today's video, we are planning both months of November and December. And I'm only doing this, I usually like to do this on a monthly basis, but I'm only doing this because our wedding is in December and I feel like I just need to make sure that I am covering all my bases, making sure that my team has a plan, making sure that my clients have a plan for when I am out on my wedding and honeymoon. So I'm going to be out for about 2 weeks straight, and I don't think my clients have had this level of me not being here in quite some time. So I usually take just like a week vacation every year. So this year it's going to be a little bit longer. And so I just want to make sure that I am reassuring my clients that everything is taken care of. I've thought through everything and that I have a plan for everything. My clients are literally my bread and butter, and making them priority in my life is always the goal. What I'm doing here is making sure that I'm looking at my calendar. I have multiple calendars now. I've got my personal calendar, my business calendar, and my wedding planning calendar. And I also have Asana open up on my other screen. So I'm giving you the perspective of what I like to do on a monthly basis, except I'm just deep diving for both months, November and December. And I am recording this in October, so that way I have a plan going into the next couple of months, because I know it's just going to get overwhelming and busy. And being able to write things down and have a plan like on my Google Calendar is going to make all the difference. So I also have a paper like calendar that I like to keep track of the high level stuff. So there will be days where I have to work on multiple clients each day. And so being able to keep track on that level is really helpful for me. So that way I know what I'm doing going into my actual day. Not only that, but I also have some of my team that is going to have vacation time just for the holidays and things like that. So being able to keep track on that level is going to be really helpful for me. So I'm pre-populating my weekly planner schedule just so that if there's anything that's really important, like the election that's coming up, then I make sure that I have that noted on my calendar just so I don't forget. I also like to note things on my larger monthly calendar, which you'll see later, in terms of any birthdays that are coming up, and just making sure that we have a plan for our loved ones as well as our, personal lives and business and clients, and it's all running together. So we're all just making sure that I have a plan and that I've got a card or a gift or whatever the case may be. I do also just personally have a bridal shower, a virtual bridal shower, a bachelorette that is happening in the month of November. So it's a little bit busier than normal just because of those events, and just making sure that I'm staying organized enough for those events. The first week of November is going to be extremely busy for me because I'm planning out my bridal shower, my in-person bridal shower, and I have a really specific vision for that. Granted, of course, my wedding planner is helping me with all of that, but I had decided that I would be doing the food myself, and so that actually made me a lot busier than I had anticipated. And honestly, looking back at it now, I did prep too much food for that. But you know what? We would rather have more food than less. And so I am glad that everyone was able to enjoy the food and the time together. And it was actually quite perfect. The day turned out perfectly, and I'm so excited about it. And I will have professional photos to look back on and to just really enjoy looking at and just remembering the beautiful time that I had with my friends and family. Next up, I'm going to be looking at the tasks that are due in Asana on particular days, and I'm just adjusting them according to my availability and what is happening during the month of November. There are going to be some days where I will have a split work schedule where I'm working in the morning and then running errands during the day and then working at night. So that kind of thing is going to be happening over the next month and a half, just to make sure that I'm getting everything that I need. Going to the store multiple times a week, the week leading up to the bridal shower, just to make sure that I had everything. But hopefully I won't need to be doing that leading up to the wedding. We already got everything mostly that we need. Fingers crossed and knock on wood. So that's what I'm doing. I'm also making a plan for the Asana tasks that are going to be due in December, just so that my clients know when things are going to be done, and then so the team knows when they'll be needing to do things. Obviously, I'm going to be taking those 2 weeks off for my wedding and honeymoon, and so I won't be able to manage certain processes for the overall good. So we're just going to be pushing those specific tasks down 2 weeks so that way I can tackle it when I return. Another thing that I normally look at on a monthly basis is to make sure that I'm looking at my movement goals. And honestly, I think I mentioned this in my last October planning video, but I have just really reduced any other types of goals in my life to just the status quo or below, knowing that this is only a season, it's going to end, and after when I return from my honeymoon, things are going to go back to normal, and so I will be able to pick up some of those goals that I once had. But for now, everything is just status quo or below. And so what that means in terms of my movement goals is just to make sure that I am, one, getting some daily movement in, meaning like I'm doing my neighborhood walks or I'm doing some yoga, and that's pretty much it. After that, it's just making sure I'm drinking enough water throughout the day. It's making sure that I'm getting enough sleep. And so just in terms of my overall health, just being a little bit more mindful about those types of things that are really the most bang for your buck, basically. I would also encourage you that if there is a certain season in your life where it becomes busier and you expected, that you would just also give yourself a lot of grace during that time and lower the status quo for yourself. Try to make things, your particular goals, a bit more within reach in terms of, so like for me, getting some walking in, I'm not putting like a time limit on it. If I can just do a circle around the block, that it's great. If I can do longer, that's even better. Or also just like getting your daily intake of water. That's going to help so much. And so just making sure that you're doing like basic necessities in life, it's just going to go further for you in those really busy seasons of life, rather than having all of these goals stack up and then you feel like a failure if you're not reaching those goals. I also have a video talking about setting like your New Year's goals, and I talk a little bit more about that in that video, so I'll go ahead and link it down below in the description box. So once I pretty much finish moving out all of my tasks for the month of November and making sure that some of the tasks that fall in December are aligned with my schedule, and then I just like to look at this with all of my projects in terms of bookkeeping projects in one perspective. So that really gives me an idea of going into each day, what each day has in store for itself, if that makes sense. Hopefully that does. So after I look at all the tasks that are coming into play for November, December in Asana, then I translate some of the higher level, like the tasks, the birthdays, the like just major things in each of the months. So I pull out my paper calendar for the months of November and December, and I'm just blocking out the time that I know that I'm going to be out of the office. And what's weird about this year is like Christmas is actually in the middle of the week, and so is New Year's. And so it's weird because you have to like work in the beginning of the week and then work in the end of the week. But I think I can manage it. I think I'll be able to manage my schedule during those times, especially since all of the busyness of the wedding and honeymoon will be over with. So I do have one client who might be having a new employee come in at that time, which is an odd time usually for adding a new employee, but they just wanted to work through the holidays and get caught up ahead of January. I don't blame them, which is great for them. So I'll be able to work with them as well, the new employee that is. And then of course, for me and my business, the months of January through March are generally always busy. So January, we have all of the deadlines for January 31st. And then after that, just making sure that we're caught up in terms of, the annual, if I have a client on an annual calendar basis, that their bookkeeping is up to date and everything is ready to go for their CPA. So I usually work with their CPA in providing reports and things like that to get their taxes done. So after that, I also have to get my taxes done. So it's just going to be one thing after another. There will be a little bit of a lull in December after the wedding and honeymoon, and then things will kick back up again in January. But definitely, this is such an exciting time for me. So I'm really looking forward to all of it. I'm looking forward to the wedding, the honeymoon, the lull after the wedding and honeymoon, and then Christmas and New Year's, all very exciting stuff. And I just couldn't be happier during this time. I also wanted to talk a little bit about how to optimize your business for this holiday season. So preparing your business for the influx of holiday shoppers, I think there are 4 things that you can really consider. So the first one is to prepare your team. So ensure your staff is well trained and ready for the holiday rush. Consider hiring seasonal employees if necessary, and hold training sessions to improve customer service and handle high demand situations efficiently. This is what I am doing ahead of my wedding and the busy holiday season, so definitely recommend. Next, you can focus on providing an exceptional shopping experience in order to enhance your customer experience, whether that's in store or online. You can consider offering free shipping, running special promotions, and improving website speed to handle increased traffic. The smoother the experience, likely shoppers will return. The third way is you can analyze past sales data. So look at your previous holiday seasons to identify if you have top selling products. And then you can also look at this in terms of trends that are coming down the pipeline for you. So use that data in order to predict which items will be in high demand and adjust your inventory accordingly to meet your customer needs. And lastly, you can stock up and strengthen your supply chain. So you would ensure you have enough stock of your bestseller and essential items, work closely with suppliers to avoid delays or disruptions, and consider ordering early in order to stay ahead of potential shortages during the holiday rush. All right, friends, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it down in the comment section below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up so I know that you like it, and make sure you are subscribed to my YouTube channel so you can be the first to know of new YouTube videos coming down the pipeline. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season, and I will see you in the next video.